Hey everybody, welcome to Impact Books. Today we are going to be talking about the amazing book Wake Up Happy by none other than my boy Michael Strahan. I am really excited about this book. The highest praise that I can give any book is that if you use the advice in it, your life will actually be better. Those are going to be the books that we constantly bring on this show, and it is so true of Wake Up Happy. He's organized the book into the Strahan rules, which are the rules that he believes that if you actively put into your life, will bring about the most amount of happiness. Now, at its core, this book is about hard work and transformation being the keys to happiness. I was really pleasantly surprised by that notion because I actually believe that that's really incredibly true. All right, impactful takeaway number one, happiness is a choice. That is one to write down, and he goes into an amazing level of detail in this book. Happiness isn't a finish line. It's not something that you get across and you finish and then you're done. It's something you have to think about each and every day. And in the book, Strahan talks about asking himself a question: how am I going to get to happy today? And that notion of making it a daily journey for me was just a showstopper. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's going to be one of the things that you love about this book. All right, impact moment number two. Strahan talks a lot about working hard. It's not a message you exactly expect to find in a book about happiness, but it is an absolute cornerstone to what I'll call framework happiness. Now, these are my words, but definitely what he was getting at. There's two types. Type one is momentary happiness. A bowl of ice cream, right? A bowl of ice cream is awesome. And if you're having a bad day, man, and you eat a bowl of ice cream, I can put you in an fMRI scanner and see the dopamine rush, see how it's cheering you up, which is exactly how people get themselves in trouble, but it's very real and it really can put you in a better mood. But it's really transient and it goes away. The second kind that Michael spends an inordinate amount of time very powerfully going through in the book is what I call framework happiness. Framework happiness is born of discipline, because that's one thing that Wake Up Happy makes abundantly clear. Happiness is something that you can work towards. It isn't something that you either have or you don't. It's actually something that you actively cultivate in your life. All right, impact moment number three. Strahan goes ham from start to finish, and hearing the stories of how hard this guy goes in his life was so incredibly inspiring. And one of the ones that really hit me was that he wouldn't let his coaches pull him out of the game, even if there was no way they could win. So imagine that. There's no way you can win. You're one of the star players. You know you're gonna lose that game. And he would stay out there going just as hard as if it were the Super Bowl game, because to him, that was the only way to show true leadership. And for him, that was the only way to be the kind of person that he wanted to be. And he talks about doing the work, being excellent, and that for him, that's the key to success. All right, this book is absolutely chock full of really impactful quotes and key takeaways, but here are just a few of the amazing quotes out of this book. Happiness is, in and of itself, a choice that you make every day. That concept of happiness being a choice is a theme that runs through the book. It's a theme that really has been important in my life, to understand that none of this stuff just happens. All right, quote number two. As human beings, we have an innate desire to achieve. That was something that really stopped me in my tracks. That, to me, is the quote that people need to remember. Innate in you is a desire to do something great, and Strahan walks you through how to leverage that to accomplish something. All right, next quote. It's not that I don't have any doubts, it's that I don't succumb to them. This is such an incredible concept. He says 95% of his life he's scared. He just doesn't stop because of it. He tries to isolate and understand what scares him and what he's gonna need to do to push through it. It's really, really powerful to watch him reinvent himself, overcome the fear, and move forward. And I think that's something that we can all learn some incredibly powerful lessons from. All right, I took a lot away from this book. He doesn't skim across the surface, and he really gets to the foundation of what it is that makes people happy. And that is where Strahan absolutely crushes it and delivers something way beyond my expectations. He spends the majority of the book talking about hard work, routine, discipline, and grit in a book titled Wake Up Happy. All right, reinvention is another amazing theme that comes up in the book that I thought was really incredible. And it's such a great reminder for all of us to know that at any time, whether you have the skills or not, you can set yourself down a path that is totally different from where you are today. What we talk about here at Impact Theory is, it doesn't matter who you are today, it only matters who you want to become and the price that you're willing to pay to get there. And Strahan details the path of how you can do that in order to accomplish what you want. All right, the final thing that I want to talk about is that happiness is something that you work on daily. It's not a finish line that you cross. You have to recognize that it comes from setting goals and seeing things through. And that if you do that, if you put in the work, if you have the discipline, if you cultivate the discipline and build the habits that you need to go to understand that it's not if, it's when, that you'll actually have a chance to experience real happiness. I cannot recommend this book highly enough. The advice is real. He goes deep, dealing with the state of modern neuroscience, the psychological studies driving people's understanding of the field. The book feels both well-researched and alive with his personal stories. And on top of that, you can feel Strahan's magnetic personality on every page of the book. And given his amazing history of success in so many different areas, the advice comes across with real weight. I want to leave you with one more quote. This is from a coach of Strahan's who used to be really tough on him, and he said, "The juice is worth the squeeze." And what he meant by that, to find out, you'll have to read the book. All right, guys, go get a copy of it today. It really is amazing. You're going to love it. And if you put the advice to use in your life, I promise you, it is going to change your life, and you really will wake up happy. All right, my friends, until next time, be legendary. Take care.